Hello there to everyone. This is Jay Randy here, and we are back with yet another presentation. And tonight we are going to keep asking Mr. slash President Joseph Boycott about one important thing. It is almost 255 days now since Mr. Boycott came to office. And we continue to ask for Mr. Borkai arrest agenda. And that is, Mr. Borkai, where is your national development plan for your arrest? Follow me on that. Joseph Borkai, where is your national development plan for your arrest? Arrest, as we have stated on many occasions, cannot move without a framework program. Mr. Borka is going to 300 and some days now, and he is yet to present to the Liberian people his national development plan. On many occasions, we have shown you guys national development plan of many countries, including the Philippines. You guys have seen other video of mine where we have discussed the national development plan, whether it is Ellen Johnson said the poverty reduction strategy. We talk about that. That's supposed to meet the vision of 2030. Whether it is George Weah Propo PAPD to meet the 2030 vision. Mr. Boka has been in office for almost 300 days. We have not seen a single framework on his vision that will drive the arrest program. So we will continue to ask and ask and ask. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for joining me here. We will continue to ask. And even Mr. Boka himself has been asked on many occasions about his national development plan. Once upon a time, Mr. Boka will ask about his national development plan. Let us listen to that and begin the conversation here. This platform is well structured in terms of information dissemination. This platform is well structured in terms of providing archive to past performance and behavior of our past leader. This platform will refine your mind as to how you think and how you behave. So I would like to welcome every one of you guys, and I'm going to take you guys back in time. So please share the video and let's begin this discussion here. We are about to ask Mr. Boycott for his national development plan. All right, so there go Mr. Boycott. And we are about to listen to this. This is a throwback interview by Mr. Boycott. He had an interview sometime back. So this is a throwback by Mr. Boycott. I want to make sure that you guys get to hear it, because when I come back, we will be asking Mr. Boycott for his vision, his national vision plan. So listen to this interview, and he will be asked as well.
All of the resources for them.
Yep. And it is sad. Joe Barker yesterday made a visit to the BBC studio in Westminster.
Mm-hmm.
Westminster is a place in England, my people. Westminster.
Did he take a nap?
Oh, he did an interview though. I have the interview. I would like us. Did he take a nap? I don't know what it happened.
Because Westminster, the studio very cold. So
yeah, but let's we are going to take some calls, but it's going to be man,
yes, we have to listen. We'll play.
Now let me see whether when I click play, you are going to be able to hear it. So
yes.
Just listen.
Try and see.
lot, Mr. Taylor. Look, I have the interview here by the VP now. I've been able to download it.
Yeah, let's see whether we can have it.
Yeah, let's see whether we can play Holman Joe Bwaga's interview at Bush House. I want to hear what he says.
It actually eroded almost all of the gains we made.
He's talking about Ebola now.
Yes, the economy had a setback.
Joe Bwaga just said that Ebola almost eroded all of the gains the government made. Jesus Christ.
Even the quota the
government made Ebola.
Even the quota they put on the road, the Ebola ate it from them.
Ebola took it. let me
It's been very bad because it actually eroded almost all of the gains we made for the first 6 years. The economy had a setback, coupled with the fact that the main commodities that usually gave lead to our economy, the iron ore and the rubber sector, are also.
So Ebola affected the iron ore and rubber. So I didn't know that. I thought it was global market forces. I thought it was a slowdown in the global economy and the demand for raw materials. I didn't know that.
Ebola damaged the ship load. It made the ship to sink with the iron ore.
Because of the global effect on that.
So Liberia's had like a double whammy and triple whammy.
Good, great. I mean, coupled with the fact that most of our investors left the country in the other sectors. But we thank God that they are coming back now. We're trying to pick up the pieces.
Obviously, President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is still in office, will be for another couple of years. But when it comes to, at this stage, assessing her 2 terms in office, do you feel one has to make a distinction between the years before Ebola and then the Ebola years? As you say, there's also been the global slump. I mean, in terms of assessing these 2 terms, how would you sum them up?
I think she's done a great job because we're not just looking at Ebola. We took the economy from $80 million to $6 million.
What the hell does that mean? If we took it from $80 million to take $600 million,
what has changed?
It has not benefited the lives of the people of the country. And then you want to make noise about that. You see how the man's mind works?
Because you predicted him. You said he would be priding himself on the achievement of the government.
That's setback. We did a lot of reforms that were necessary to.
Reforms that brought what? You spent $40 million on so-called accountability and transparency institutions, the LACCs and the GACs and the IAAs and all those institutions. And what do they bring? They bring nothing. It's a waste of money. It's a charade. Joe Bwaka, let us hear already.
Encourage investors to move the country forward.
Hand on heart, though, are there things, these last nearly 10 years, are there things that you feel could have been done better?
Sure.
And if so, what are they?
Sure. I mean, for example, we believe that we could have been able to put together a team that was highly responsive. But again, you don't know all the people. The president has the capacity to bring a lot because of our connections. That management of it.
Yeah, Joe Bwaka. Connections. Again, connections. What connections? What?
Yeah, I'm getting him connections.
Come on. Are you serious?
10 years later, you're talking about connections.
Have the president's connections put food on people's tables? 84% of Liberians live on less than $1.25 a day. The 5th poorest country on the face of the earth. You're talking about connections? Is something wrong with Joe Bwaka?
The implementation of it could have been much better.
There has been criticism that perhaps too many people close to the president were put in positions of authority. Is that a criticism you recognize?
Well, we heard that a couple of times, and it happens that when you take office, I think it is not bad to bring people that are close to you, provided they share your vision.
Well, at that point, let me turn the spotlight on you yourself, talking of vision for the country in leadership.
So this is where I will come in. You are listening to Mr. Barker going through this interview back in 2016. That was at the very end of 2016. And Mr. Barker was asked by a journalist in the UK about his vision. You know, when you have a vision, is something that you believe will change people's lives, and it is a belief that you have already composed, and all it takes is for you to be given the opportunity. We are continuously asking Mr. Borka for his national development plan, which is part of his so-called arrest. It is almost 300 and some days now. We are yet to see Mr. Borka, or let's say it's almost 200 and some change days now, to be more precise, in our ballpark. All right, because starting from tomorrow, we'll be left with 3 more months, which is averaging like 90 days. So we should be around 300 and some change now. All right, so we are asking Mr. Boyka about his or for his national development plan that will drive the agenda of the arrest. So before that time, Mr. Boyka will ask and then listen to what he is about to say.
You've announced that you intend to run for the presidency in 2017.
I haven't. I was petitioned and I accepted the petition.
So you're not...
Play that part again, Costa.
Like I said, when he was asked that he's announced that he's going to be running for president in 2017, he tells the interviewer that he hasn't announced. He was petitioned, he accepted, but he hasn't announced. What does that mean?
What does that mean? Is it a paradox?
Diverse running for the presidency. Let's put it that way.
No, I'm not.
Is President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf supporting you?
I believe she is.
You believe she is? Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
So which one is it?
Costa, the old man doesn't believe.
Running, or you're not running?
Is President Sirleaf supporting you? I believe she is.
Does he's running?
Love you? Oh, I think my wife loves me.
Costa, what you say, you think your wife loves you? You don't know. You can measure the love. But what's more amazing is that he would say that he accepted the petition, but he doesn't know whether he's running.
But
you've announced that you intend to run for the president in 2017.
I haven't. I was petitioned and I accepted the petition.
Then what does it mean?
To running for the presidency. Let's put it that way.
No, I'm not.
Is President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf supporting you?
I believe she
think she is. If you're not running, how would she support you? Your vision. You know.
So the VP, just as we all were telling you,
We said that.
Sirleaf is not supporting Joe Biden for president. We all know that. Come on, you heard the old man just. How long did he take to answer the question? He stuttered for a bit. He said, "I think." He wanted to say, "I think." Then he said, "No, you're joking, Joe Biden, you're joking." Then he goes on to say, "I believe she is supporting me." Does your wife love you? I think she.
I think she loves me. So you don't feel it?
Well, Ellen want you.
Ellen, you
Let's
want
go this interview and finish it up. And what is his vision for the country? Just listen.
petition and I accepted the petition.
So you're not averse to running for the presidency? Let's put it that way.
No, I'm not.
Is President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf supporting you?
I believe she is.
And what would be your vision? You know, does it match exactly that of the president now? Do you have your own vision?
That is a very important question there, folks. Even if you believe that this recording is old, well, one thing I want to draw your attention to, Mr. Boca is president today, and whatever he said in the past is still going to be part of his present, and there's nothing else that we can take away from this interview but his vision. So let's listen to Joseph Boca vision so that we can learn something from it. All right? So let's play that now.
That's a good question.
What I have tried to do is to complement the efforts of the president. She's an international figure, well known, but I have helped her on the local level to promote her agenda. And I believe more of that is needed in the area of reconciliation, in the area of bringing people on board that will see the vision that was established and to be able to make that impact on the lives of the people. Because I believe we need more to touch the lives of the young people, the women, and people who have never, ever seen the dividends of a good government.
Oh, wow. Well, folks, there you have it. Joseph Boakai says he wants to complement the president's vision. He wants to do more of what Ellen is doing. More poverty, more corruption, more nepotism, which is what the president's vision is. Isn't that what it is, folks? You tell me. Let's go back to the lines and take some calls. That's the VP of the country. He's asked by a BBC journalist, does the president support you?
He's here.
So let's go back again and listen to Joe Boakai vision. All right, during Ellen time, let's listen to Joe Boakai vision, and let's be the judge again. Let's listen again.
So you don't feel it?
Well, Ellen,
Ellen,
let's go this interview and finish it up. And what is his vision for the country? Just listen.
Petition, and I've accepted a petition.
So you're not averse to running for the presidency? Let's put it that way.
No, I'm not.
Is President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf supporting you?
I believe she is.
What would be your vision? You know, does it match exactly that of the president now? Do you have your own vision?
That's a good question.
What I have tried to do is to complement the efforts of the president. She's an international figure, well known, but I have helped her on the local level to promote her agenda. And I believe more of that is needed in the area of reconciliation, in the area of bringing people on board that will see the vision that was established and to be able to make that impact on the lives of the people. Because I believe we need more to touch the lives of the young people, the women, and people who have never, ever seen the dividends of a good government.
Oh, wow. Well, folks, there you have it. Joseph Boakai says he wants to complement the president's vision. He wants to do more of what Ellen is doing. More poverty, more corruption, more nepotism, which is what the president's vision is. Isn't that what it is, folks? You tell me. Let's go back to the lines and take some calls. That's the VP of the country. He's asked by a BBC journalist, does the president support you?
He's here. He said he thinks so.
He does.
Because
Let's go back to the lines and take some calls then.
All right, so guys, so let us get into it right now. Let us get into it, and again, we're going to be asking Mr. Boakai today for his national vision plan. Want to make sure that you guys understand what we continue to say here, that Mr. Boakai actually does not have any plan to lead our country. Yeah, he does not have any plan to lead our people, and we're going to make that clear every time we come on this platform here. We're going to make that very, very clear to you guys. So welcome to the show. My name is Jay Randy, and it's always a pleasure to have you guys here. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity. As always, this platform is aimed at presenting to you what is happening in our country. We do have we have problems in our country, but at the same time, we are always looking for solution. And part of the way that we can get solution from our people is to be able to ask question all the time. We got to keep asking question upon question, because asking question will help us understand where our political leader are planning to take our country. So you listen to Joe Boakai sometime back. He said he was kind of follow through on Ellen vision, And as you know, during the election that just ended, where Mr. Boca came out as the president, he did not run on Ellen platform. So the question here is the arrest. Where is the national development plan for this arrest? Where is it? All right. Where is it? Yesterday we talked about the same thing too, right? We talk about that also on Saturday. We talk about it on Sunday. We have been talking about it throughout since Mr. Boca came to office. We count the days, we keep counting, and we have come to a conclusion that Mr. Boca actually doesn't have any national development plan to drive his arrest program. It is almost 200, and I would say 30 days now, or 240 days. Mr. Boca is yet to present to you people a national development plan. We are running out of time. All right. We are running out of time because next year we should expect Mr. Boca. You see, because Mr. Boca does not have a national development agenda to drive the arrest that will be applicable to every ministry and agency, Mr. Boca is stalled right now. We've been telling you guys all these things there. And I hope that you guys have been believing in what we see here because we are very structured. We are very, measured in what we see here. But we got a breaking news for you guys today. Why it is true that it's a breaking news for Boca, it had proven to you for your commitment that Mr. Boca has no national development plan. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All the noise the guy have been making behind Mr. Boca for the 2-year experience, that old man sat down 6 years as an opposition. And he purposed in his heart that he wanted to be president. But he never grabbed a paper or a pen to realize that when he become president, there will be a plan for him. So Mr. Boca has no national development plan for his arrest program. You can forget the whole year. The whole year on a Boca is nothing but a waste. Every trip he has made, every money they have used, nothing went towards any plan of action to drive the arrest and begin to deliver for the people of Liberia. Why? Because Mr. Boca, to begin with, had no plan whatsoever. And this is nothing but embarrassment and embarrassment and embarrassment. And shame on the speaker. This guy they call Fonati Koffa, shame on him. I learned that he's in the United States here. He's going to be in Philadelphia on Sunday trying to engage or planning to engage the Liberian community over there. I'm not going to waste my time beyond Fonati Koffa going over there. And he's another wasteful guy that got nothing to talk about but to be masquerading around. He called himself speaker. He's not even growing people's career. He's not motivating people. And I learned that he was in Atlanta City and he spoke to some Liberians that belong to that useless organization they call EULA, good for nothing institution, that every president in our country, they would bring them to America just to familiarize themselves, get to know them. At the end of the day, they're going to start taking numbers. They're going to be writing and say, oh, let me call you when you get back to Liberia. And by the time you know it, they already got lating and they're ready to move on. So Liberians, I'm telling you guys, your country is in a very bad situation and you got to keep watching it here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have extended our invitation to Mr. Tour. Mr. Tour is going around having interview. I did reach out to him today and I told Mr. Tour, I would like to have you on my show to do an interview because I feel that what Mr. Tour is saying is something that I consider to be belittled. It's in the past. When somebody say happy belated birthday, it's in the past. All right. So I want citizens to understand that Mr. 12 is going through a series of conversation with talk show hosts, journalists. We are giving the invitation to come here so that we can begin to ask Mr. Tour some valuable question, a very straight but professional question. We have done our research, all right? So let me just give you guys a hint on what we have done so far. Mr. Mr. Tour, according to a conversation I had today with a friend of mine who are listening, and I would just like to bring this to your attention a little bit here. According to the guy, he said Mr. Tour said that there is no way that Estella Mattel can hire, I believe, around 4,000 or let's say more Liberians because of the limitation or limited industry we have in the country. That's true. But I'm asking the guy, did Mr. Tour tell you what he and President Weah or what President Weah was trying to do? What was President Weah's agenda on the propos for prosperity and whatever it is? What was President Weah's vision to create jobs? Let's assume that the government is not the highest, is the highest employer in the country, and we have few industrial operations, but they both cannot accommodate the workforce in our country that are currently unemployed. That is the issue we have. That is the challenge we have. So what was President Weah's vision? Is Mr. Tour telling you guys out there that, look, Boca is going to find it difficult to create jobs in the industrial sector in our country? Well, granted that Mr. Boca will not be able to do that. But then Mr. Tour, President Weah, and every other minister, including you, y'all were there for 6 years. Did you guys realize that people need a job? Yes. Or let's say, did you realize that the people need a job? Yes. Did you also understand that the little industrial activity we have in the country cannot employ everybody? Yes, check. So then, what was President Weah's vision to provide your opportunity? The Liberian people would like to know so that they can say, wow, we're really regretting now why we did not re-elect President Weah. That is what I would like to hear from Minister Tour. That is what I want him to come on the platform here. Because while it is true that Estella Mattel and other, whether it is Bee Mountain, Cocoa Club Factory, whatever we have in the country, that are supposed to help to recruit young people into the workforce. If Minister Tour is saying that it is not enough, whether it is small business enterprise, they cannot accommodate all Liberians. Estella Mattel, Bee Mountain cannot accommodate all Liberians. What was President Weah's vision to create jobs? Was he looking at the agricultural sector? Was he looking to expand the small and medium enterprise to create jobs for small businesses? Or was he looking at infrastructure improvement or development to get people into the construction activities? Was he looking at alternative sources to determine that in the alternative sources we can create jobs for Liberians? What is it that Mr. Weah was looking at? That is what I want to hear from Minister Tour. And if Minister Tour come on the platform, those are things I'm going to be asking. I don't give a damn what Boca is not doing right now. But if any minister from the Weah government who found himself in the opposition, when you come to articulate any issue, what I would like to hear is what President Weah is was able to do, or what was he planning to do? And like for example, you hear Trump. Trump would say, when we were there, we negotiated with our NATO ally to pay in their share. That money was used to recycle back in the economy to create jobs. When I was here, I negotiated against any country at a very high and advantage point to create jobs in the country. And some of you guys really saw how we managed the job market during my time in the United States. Some of you guys saw that. That is something that I would like to be hearing from Minister Chue when it comes to comparing orange and apple. That is, when you're talking about Boca, I want Minister Chue to tell me whatever he thinks that Boca cannot do in terms of hiring the people, what will President we are planning to create alternative job in the country? Am I being fair here, or because you're Silesian, you don't want to hear that? But guess what? I don't give a damn. I don't give a no goddamn. All right? People in a white man country you live are fighting hard for you, Silesian, you Unity Party person to get job. That is their primary responsibility as public official. They are here all the time to ensure that whether you were born in the country, as long as you are legally authorized to work in this country or any other white man country, those lawmakers, policymakers will do everything possible for you to get a job. They will stand on platforms, they will get into conversation, debate, and they will tell the audience and the person they're talking against in order to get that position, how and why they want to put these things into place. We in Liberia don't have knowledge about these things, so it is difficult to have this kind of conversation. But on the platform, we will do the best we can. All right. So let us table now for later the Samuel Talk conversation. We invited him to come so that we can have a very measured conversation with him. Because I have questions that I would like to ask you on the platform. And I'm sure some of you guys do. And that's why we are calling on Minister Chue to find time and join us this week. Let him come and tell us what are some of the missed opportunity. All right. What are the chances of CDC? How is Mr. We are feeling? Is he living with any regrets now that he's not president? What is the next course of action to reunite the disenchanted sedition? I want him to come here so that you guys can be part of that interview and archive that into your history, because we have questions and we believe that our questions are very, very relevant, because we are laid out so many things and I will be expecting Mr. Chue to answer. But the invitation is an open-ended invitation. It's not a closed invitation to say, are you coming? Yes or no. It is an open invitation. We see you, that's it. We don't see you, well, that's it. But however, we encourage him to come and join us over here. So without delay, we want to bring in this guy here who spoke yesterday at the Useless Library Association 50th anniversary. Let's listen to him here.
Listen to you. My fellow colleagues from the 55th National Legislature of the Republic of Liberia, the chairman, president, and officers of the Union of Liberian Association of the Americas, ladies and gentlemen, before I proceed to give a brief address on ULA's 50, I must first sound this caveat. If, in an attempt to outline where I see ULA's vision in the future, I say some things that may be offensive or not really appropriate, please forgive me. I just like to bring common sense to high places. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, fellow Liberians in the diaspora, I'm deeply honored to stand before you on this momentous occasion as we celebrate 50 years of the Union of Liberian Association of the Americas. This milestone represents half a century of resilience, unity, unwavering dedication to Liberia. Over the decades, EULA has played an indispensable role in the destiny of our beloved country, especially during great times of trial. In the 1970s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, Liberia found itself in the grip of political instability, conflict, and dictatorship. It was a period when the voice of the Liberian people was silent and human rights were severely undermined. In those dark times, EULA and the larger Liberian diaspora became the beacon of hope. From afar, you were our champions, advocating for democracy, pushing for human rights, and calling for transparency when those values were absent at home. Your role was vital because the capacity for meaningful change within Liberia was limited. With civil conflict and authoritarian regimes in Monrovia, those on the ground faced insurmountable challenges. But you in the diaspora were able to organize, speak out, and demand justice. The voices you raised, the process you organized, and the advocacy you championed helped to put pressure on those in power and shape the course of our nation's history. But today, fellow Liberians, we find ourselves in different times. The Liberia of the 1970s, 80s, and 90s is not the Liberia of today. Our country has undergone significant transformation. We have seen peaceful transitions of power, a hallmark of any mature democracy. We have a vibrant civil society, an independent media, and citizens who are empowered to hold their leaders accountable. These are achievements that were once thought distant dreams, but are now
Don't let Mr. Koffa lie to you. All right. Mr. Koffa is lying to you. All right. Thank you very much, Eric. You're right. I'm back now. I'm live. All right. Don't let Mr. Koffa lie to you. All right. Do not allow him to lie to you guys. And again, I apologize. I was on mute. Thank God that you guys are alarming me now. So I think you guys are paying attention. And thank you guys so much for that. Look, don't let Mr. Koffa lie to you. There is no such thing in Liberia as independent media or an independent journalist. I have tested the system, and you guys that follow me, you know me. There is no platform, there is no media in our country that is independent. Maybe in his mind, the independency of the media means that they follow somebody that they pay, plug in a store, and stick with them. That is it. Because most of the media in the country are owned by politicians, and their primary objective is to promote that politician agenda. So for any eventuality where you want to go to be very independent in your analysis, they will not accept you. Mr. Koffa is lying over there, and you guys know it. You guys know it. They don't allow anyone with a free voice, independent mind to go on any radio station. They will stop you. It's in the opposition as well as in the CDC. Y'all know it. So when you guys come to lie to your here, y'all got to be on your best guard. This country you find yourself in, it is now your home from your home away. This is we have to let our people know, all right? There is no such thing as an independent media in our country. Look at the guy they call Clarence Jackson a few days. All right? Did you guys see Clarence Jackson? Of course, you guys saw Clarence Jackson, right? You guys saw Mr. Jackson. Mr. Jackson came in this country here. with his cell phone and he sat across Joe Borka. Every time you will see Mr. Clarence Jackson in Morovia there asking Borka, hey Borka. But the man came with Borka and he was not able to ask Borka any question. Even to ask Mr. Borka, yes, did you see the former President Weah letter to you where he said there are issues in the country domestically that has created an adverse effect to peace and stability. And because of that, he wants you to look into those things further before he can support your bid for the non-permanent resident seat at the United Nations. President Borka, what have you to say in regards to that? Clarence Jackson did not ask that question. Does that mean that Clarence Jackson is an independent guy? No, because Clarence Jackson is scared. He has been given an opportunity to travel to the United States by the president. Do you think he's independent man? Because OKFM is not a state-run radio station. OKFM is a private, independent radio station. That is why you don't find people from the U.S. embassy that often go to speak to our people on the airway. If that is a general press conference where they call, like McCarthy used to do, then you have all the different institutions going there. However, these guys had chosen OKFM because it is a private radio station that believe in transparency. But there are some bad actors within OKFM that will get consumed by political alliance. And that's what I saw Clarence doing today. And I will not give up on Clarence until Clarence get to know that not all Liberians are happy with what he did. He should have used that opportunity to ask Mr. Borka. You guys have seen so many times when Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, you remember the general that asked Ellen when she was wearing her glasses, and the guy said, you hire your children, they did this, they did that. That is what we call independent journalism. You saw the other kid that was asking Ellen, the kid that was in our, I think, brown coat suit, and asked Ellen, do you regret what Taylor did? And Ellen said, regret what? I don't have no regret. And then she asked the guy, did you bring me here to ask me about what happened in our country? Why don't you come to our country? Those are behavior that really present independent journalism. Because while it is true that some people enjoy the pleasure of Ellen talking about all the good things, there are some things that Ellen has done, and she must face those things whenever she stands or sits before a journalist. In Liberia, those things don't happen there. They don't happen. We have stress tested our political system. We have stress tested the media in Liberia. There is no such thing as an independent media in Liberia. Mr. Koffa is lying, and nobody should believe that, because I'm telling you, I have tested the system. By the time you go to any radio station, the first thing they will ask you, who is that guy? Oh, that Jay Randy, he always criticizing. Don't bring that man on our station here. Don't bring him here. Then you won't come to America to talk about that. Look, guys, you're wise up, man. You're open your minds. These guys have been lying to you guys for a very long period of time. It is time for you to live up to your expectation. The years you have spent on this planet, the processes that God has taken you through, the experience you have seen and continue to go through. Please use all the experience and be able to say, this is not true. This is true. Learn to use the thing so that you can be able to make informed decisions. These guys come from Liberia. I have to say that you can't see into Liberia nowadays. So you want to tell me, even in the presence of your eyes seeing things in Liberia, you guys will still come here and come and lie to you? Please, man, come on, guys. We got to be better. We can do better. Don't allow the guy to be lying to you. Let's continue here, folks. Let's continue.
Now part of our everyday reality. Though we won the struggle for rights, we have not conquered the struggle for rights. We remain a deeply corrupt society, characterized by moral bankruptcy, intellectual hypocrisy, and social banditry.
Look, don't be carried away by that applause. How many times have we not heard about corruption? The first time I heard about corruption when dude and killed Tobo, they talk about corruption. Since that day up to present, every leader that has come into our country positions, they talk about corruption, corruption, corruption. But they never tell you about the sources of the process and effort they are making to reduce corruption. They always tell you the problem, and you give them opportunity to be there, and they sit there. But all they will tell you is, oh, we got a big problem of corruption. We got a big problem of corruption. And then as soon as you get in that employee, you're happy. By the time they get settled, that problem will leave. And I can bet you in 2029 to 2030, another guy will come again. Yes, gentlemen, you know the corruption in this country. They keep riding on every generation because they know the generation don't even stand for anything. And that's why they will fall for anything or everything to say. So I'm saying to you guys, don't allow these guys to bamboozle you guys around. All right? Don't allow them. Do not allow them. If not, that country will remain the way it is until kingdom come. We have gone 177 years. Nothing has changed. They will come to this country. They will have all the open conversation with you guys, but nothing in reality they are doing. Nothing. The year is about to end. But tomorrow, in fact, Liberia is already into October 1st. We will be pretty soon getting into October 1st. And then by the time you know it, December will be at the year will end. And by January come 2025, you will see it and talk about the same corruption again, but no plan. This thing is already scripted. This is a design. And don't allow it to condition you. You have to let them know. If you cannot convince them, let them know about your feelings, your feedback. And that's what we're doing here. We know we can't change those things, but let them, if they come across the platform, let them say to themselves, that guy over there is saying something that is not making me to feel good. And because we are here to let the people know, we got to tell them, my fellow Liberians, if not, you remain in the country, you just go to Liberia, you spend time there, you come right back, and nothing will change. All right? Lastly, before we leave, and we'll talk about this tomorrow. All right? We'll talk about this tomorrow. In the morning, we'll talk about this. Joseph Boakai has no vision plan. The reason they brought Samuel Twe in our town, Samuel Twe is in our country to help Augustine Gaffon to develop Joseph Boakai National Development Plan. That is one of the reasons why Samuel Twe is in our town. That is one of the reasons. Don't take my word for it. You're going to see it. You're going to hear it right now. You're going to hear it right now. The reason Samuel Twe in our town is not to go through any court proceeding. They're only doing that thing just to derail the minds of their supporters and to put fear into sedition. But the reason they are doing that thing is to sit down with Samuel Twe so they can copy off the PAPD. Because I told you guys the last time, the United Nations set the goal for 2030 to reduce poverty, right? We discussed that already. And then Eddie then went back and developed their PRS, Poverty Reduction Strategy Program, to bring and lower poverty in the country and focus on other areas, right? So they set their goal. They said, for 2030, we want to have a middle class. But we got a few more years. Some of you guys gave me the number last time, right? 6 more years to 2030. Now, Boga did not support Eden PRS program because it became a fiasco. So he came out and said the arrest. But when we became president, he took the Vision 2030 to fight against corruption and improve economic performance or opportunity in the country. So we are then look at the Vision 2030 and they develop the PAPD program, poverty, or how they call it, I think poverty for some type of prosperity. And the UN board that, the World Bank board that. Now, Boga came in with their arrest, and we've been asking them, what is your part of the plan? Boga and Eddie came out with PRS. We are came out with PAPD. Where is your plan, Boga? We are into 240 days or 235 days. Nothing we are seeing. Next thing you know, they brought in Samuel Twe. Did you listen to Samuel Twe today? That's why I want for Twe to come here. Because how important question to ask Twe. Yesterday or the day before yesterday, Twe was at the CDC headquarters and said, They don't have no national development plan. And we said it here as well. We said by October, CDC had already presented a PD plan, right? And Mr. Toy reiterated that. And we discussed that too, right? Yes. We discussed that. All right? So they brought Mr. Toy in the town. They brought Mr. Toy in the town to come and help them. But the political game they play is like two door uno meet. Yeah, two dogs. They're uno meet. And the two dogs are friendly. And then one of the uno just take a bone and toss it in the yard, far away. And then the two dogs running for the bone. And then they're rousing what people, And then the two people begin to engage themselves into conversation while the dogs are fighting over the bone. That's how the guys are using our people in our country. All right? They decided to divide the political field by putting Unity Party supporter on one side, CDC supporter on one side. And I'm here to tell you, that's a lie. They are not real opposition. That's what I mean. Augustine Koffa will talk to 12 overnight. 12 will listen. Now, listen to this here, folks. Yeah, it's the breaking news here for you guys. Yeah, it's the breaking news here for you guys. Listen to this, all right? When we tell you that Boca does not have any vision for that country, yeah, it's it right here.
Formulating the National Development Plan, the arrest agenda that would be the successor to the PAPD.
You hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
We have been
asking, all right? We have been asking over many years now. I mean, many days now. We have been asking this one question about Joseph Boca. Where is your national development plan? And only today to hear that this guy is coming out today to announce. So that means that Boca did not have no national development plan at all. And that's why he brought in the Augustine Koffa guy because, how they call it, what the guy, Buema Camara could not do it alone because he was embarrassed to call Toy. But this guy, he doesn't care. He's a crook. So he will work with Toy and they will do everything possible. So listen to them again, folks. Listen to them.
We are formulating the National Development Plan.
And so imagine, folks, imagine, all right? Imagine. These guys, all right? Imagine. These guys been behind CDC. They've been telling you guys that Boca got 42-year experience. Boca signed up for 6 years that he could not put pen to paper and start to develop the arrest. Arrest is not owned by Boca. Let me be honest with you guys. Arrest was developed by Henry Costa. Henry Costa the one that came up with that arrest. And when Boca went and revised it, that how can he add another R to it? Because before it was only one R. All right. Boca had an interview the other day. I will look for that interview and we'll discuss it tomorrow. When he went to Nigeria, he said we only add one R in there. And then when he came back later on, they added another R. So Boca sat down for 6 consecutive years and never developed a national development framework. But this is a man who claimed to have what? 42-year experience, right? 42-year experience. And nothing they were able to do. And we have been asking the question. We presented a lot of literature to you guys here. Some of the literature are here, all right? Some of the literature are here. Let me see what I can show that to you guys here. You guys have seen this thing so many times. What I was asking, I said, hey guys, this is the Philippine, how they call it, the Philippine Development Plan, 2023 to 2028. I showed you guys those things here, right? I did, right? I showed it to you guys. And we kept asking the Boca people, where is your national development plan? They never had none. So they brought in this guy they call Augustine Koffa now. He comes in now and he's saying this. Listen to them here now. He's saying this here. He is saying this.
We are formulating the National Development Plan, the arrest agenda that would be the successor to the PAPD.
You hear that? You hear that? I knew the guy did not have anything at all. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Why did I get to know it? Because we have the strength. We have the experience. We can tell when somebody is not prepared to come to office. So after all the years, all the months, Sam Boga took office, they have wasted all the months, everything. And now they're going to develop it. And you know when that thing will get done? I bet you that thing will get done by next year, May into July. That when that thing will get done. Because it is a long plan document. It's not going to be easy. They got to read it, they got to revise it. So they're going to take almost 2 to 3/4 of next year to finish doing that. And the reason they brought in Mr. Tuer, because Mr. Tuer already got a framework. They're going to start erasing where they got PAPD and they're going to put arrest. So when you want to know that he got them fucked up, you better go get a copy of the PAPD plan. Keep it, because the day they publish it, you will be able to get your highlighter and page by page, paragraph by paragraph, you start doing a comparison. And for any reason they made any mistake where they not catch something and it come into the public domain, you catch it. That when you will get to know that they're going to photocopy George Weah plan. And they don't want to do it alone because two of them got a template. The reason they're calling two of them is they cannot copy. That would be copyright infringement. If they copy that document and they don't consult CDC, that would be copyright infringement. That means they are plagiarizing CDC document. And that's why the guy is announcing we are going to replace that. So let's listen to here again, folks. Let's listen to here. Joseph Boakai is nothing but a complete loser. Let's listen to here again.
We are formulating the National Development Plan, the arrest agenda that would be the successor to the PAPD.
There you go.
The timeline we've set for ourselves is very ambitious.
Okay.
But we cannot retreat because of the challenges that we.
Now how they can use these guys. Now how they can use our people. So you see, he's stuttering through the process now. Oh, they tell her we cannot retreat. It's a monumental. They got nothing. Those guys got nothing. These guys are a bunch of losers, bunch of yo-yo. Nothing. Don't see the guy wearing costume coming around here. You want to tell me it looks like going to go play the final. They never practice. And they say, Chairman, we'll be practicing tomorrow. But the after tomorrow is the final. Really? And you think you're going to win that game? These guys sat down and made all the noise behind George Weah, and nothing they were doing while sitting down over there. Absolutely nothing. So they brought the guy in. The guy been playing around. Because he's been around for a long time. This is a man who Ellen said she put on the chopping board because of some type of financial stuff. That's the man brought. And I believe that Burma Camara left because they wanted to carry on that bull crap that Augustine is trying to scam the Liberian people on now. And being a man of God, Burma Camara said, I got to go. These guys are served in our country position in many capacity, and Boga bringing the same guy right back. Do you think you're going to see any change? It's nothing but old wine being put into new bottle. That's all they're going to do. So he's going to be using all the rhetoric. Oh, we're going to do this. So let's go back again. My request to you guys, make sure you look for the CDC PAPD document, print it, download it, and keep it. Because we're setting trap for them. They're going to copy that document line by line and erase George Weah's name, erase the finance minister name, erase the PAPDP, and everything will be whatever Unity Party position and Joseph Boakai will be on that document. And you know how you're going to catch them again? They're not going to do nothing to change anything. So listen to here again, folks. Listen to here.
We are formulating the National Development Plan, the arrest agenda that would be the successor to the PAPD. The timeline we've set for ourselves is very ambitious.
Okay, what type of timeline? We are interested in knowing the timeline, because the timeline is going to start now, because right now Tour is in the town. You see, one thing Toy is doing, when you listen to Toy, he's not criticizing the government or Joe Walker. Toy is wrapping a swim more around them. There was a question I was posed to Toy this morning on the Julia Jazz show. All right. And here is the question here. The Prime Minister Toy, why you think that the Walker administration, why the CDC did not prosecute the Walker administration for all these things? Twice saying, these people, government is continuity. We don't want to do this thing here. But I just want to say to the Walker people, they don't have the document to drive this thing. They have to do this, they have to do that. Troy is just playing with sedition and appeasing Augustine Koffa. In the end, Troy is going to provide services to Augustine Koffa on that PAPD. They wouldn't using the Liberian people, but Troy knows what's up already. He know he's in a town to help those guys. Those guys got no experience at all. And that's why I'm inviting Troy to come here. Let Troy come here. Let me ask him question. And let him come on the platform. Let me ask him question. He will not come here. If he does come, we will ask those questions. So you got the breaking news now. Walker came to power with no plan at all. And all the months that Walker sat over there, he had no clue to develop any vision in the form of a national development plan to drive his arrest. We have been right all along and will always be right on the platform because we put everything in the hands of God to direct our thought, to direct our presentation. And one by one, we will be catching you guys in every day. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we leave, all right, I would like to say thank you to every one of you guys, all right? Before we leave, I would like to say thank you to every one of you guys for the opportunity. We are here and we'll be here tomorrow morning again. Excuse me. We'll be here tomorrow morning to target those guys and we'll let them know. Absolutely nothing. Walker came to office with nothing. Had it not been for Augustine Koffa to come and beg Troy to come, Troy got to be real with you guys. Those guys begging him to come help them. All right? To come help them. You are listening to them so many times, right? Whether they're talking about Jeremiah, Pierre, when they don't even mention Joshua's name. Because these guys were just politically emotional. So they're making all that big mouth, But now they are realized that they have no way out. So guess who they brought in? They brought in Augustine Koffa, a friend to Samuel Toy. And next thing you know, Toy is in the country. So ladies and gentlemen, Walker is nothing. All right? He's nothing. Yes, Walker is nothing. I'm telling you guys now, he's nothing. And here's why. To save the children, that's why our man Toy is going to help. To save the children here. So you be the one to listen to this right now. Be the one to listen to this, folks. Be the one to listen to this. Walker Mentor is another lazy and incompetent old man. That's how backward the country is going. And then with all that, man, Joe Walker then, with the challenge that we have, and then you want to get Joe Walker then will come and can sell the remaining part of the country to a Chinese memorandum of understanding. This man is the least man people can ever find. Least man. I don't think even the people that he saw got interest in him. It's been almost 230 days now. The man has not secured himself any plan. This old man is nothing, absolutely nothing. He is one of the worst president that ever came from the southwest side of that country. Our people are suffering in that country. And Joe Walker had no. Yep, there you have it, guys. There you have it. Let's go back again. Let's go back and then we'll close the show here. Let's listen to this again, folks. Let's listen to this. Walker Mentor is another lazy and incompetent old man. That's how backward the country is going. And then with all that, man, Joe Boga then, with the challenge that we have, and then you want to get man, Joe Boga then want to come and can sell the remaining part of the country to a Chinese memorandum of understanding. This man is the least man people can ever find. Least man. I don't think even the people that he saw got interest in him. It's been almost 230 days now. The man has not secured himself any plan. This old man is nothing, absolutely nothing. He is one of the worst president that ever came from the southwest side of that country. Our people are suffering in that country. And Joe Boga had no. All right, so guys, tomorrow we'll be back here. All right, expect my post. All right, guys, expect my post. We'll be back here. Expect my post. We'll be back here. My post is going to be Samuel Tour is in the country to help Joseph Boakai and Augustine Koffa draft the arrest national development agenda. That is the reason why Samuel Tour is in our country. All right. Now, follow Samuel Tour. And I think my brother is saying it here too. My brother is saying it right here. All right. Michael Kwame is saying the same thing. I listened to Tour this morning. All right. I listened attentively to him. And the way he was like the rat that can wear your foot and pull a little breeze there, that's exactly what Tour was doing. And there was a question I was asked of him too. All right. If you remember the Judah Jet show. And hopefully by maybe tomorrow evening, I don't know, like I said, I'm going to be broadcasting the whole week. I got enough time this time. I'm going to be broadcasting the whole week. So hopefully by tomorrow evening, all right, we'll bring back that interview from Judah Jet. One question they asked to him, and you all the question here. Do you see the Unity Party government as a government that can deliver? I mean, are you willing to work for the Unity Party government? I think that was the question. And he said, yes, I did a project with them before. 12 were in the United States in 2014. When he was leaving on that Sunday, he called me up and said, young man, in fact, he said, Cumbria, I'm leaving, going back to Liberia. And I asked him, I said, what are you going to do there? Oh, yeah, my man, I got to go hustle. By the time 12 got on the ground, that when 12 were giving that job, I told you guys that he did a contract he did a contract. They worked on a project for the alien administration. And that contract was given to the Ministry of Planning, Finance, whatever development they call them, from the United States Embassy. And 12 worked on that project. So the Unity Party people know 12's strength when it comes to that. And for the PAPD document, that was something they pardoned. Those of you that listened to my show this morning, like we said, people who learn how to cook palm butter, the global people who learn how to cook cassawali, they put that ingredient together to cook it. The CDC PAPD document, that was something that we had then took their time and wrote. They pardoned that document. They wrote it. They didn't take it from anywhere. They wrote it themselves. So they have the fundamental, the organic knowledge of it. Unless the alien own professional people can put it together, but the alien own have failed. And Boakai cannot use the alien own because the alien own had already been archived by WIA. The international community had accepted WIA PAPD. They saw it, all nations saw it, they said, oh, the program here that you call the power, how do you call it, the prosperity for something else. And I'll try to get a name for you guys. They saw it, they said, yes, this particular document is superseding and will supersede LNPRS program because it have enough juice in it to drive Liberia to prosperity. All right? I think they call it the Propo Agenda for Prosperity Development, something that is coming to me because they were so fucked up that I don't remember those things anymore. All right? But I think it's called the Propo Agenda for Prosperity and Development. That's why it is. I could be right or wrong. But it was approved by the IMF, the World Bank, and all the other European nations that this framework is good. So it's an accepted document. And that's why Augustine Koffa is telling you guys now that, oh, we are going to replace. No, they're only going to tweak. That's why he's supposed to tell. That's the American word. Tweak. They're not going to replace. They're going to tweak it. Tweaking means if we are needed, they're going to erase it. Then the rep worker needed. If Samuel 12 needed, they're going to erase it. So they're going to do what they call something they call docu audit. They're going to use PDF to go and edit those things. We got it. I will show you guys the PDF tomorrow, how they're going to do it. We will put a PDF document, we'll put a PAPD document into PDF tomorrow morning, and I'm going to show you exactly what they are going to do. They will not like it, but hey, I don't care about them. I got to do what I got to do for you guys, right? So thank you guys so much. J. Randy is out of here. But again, watch out for my post. We are going to tell the Liberian people that TOA is in the country to help Augustine Koffa to develop Joseph Boakai National Development Plan. I know there are boom chasers out there. You know, when you toss the boom out there, the door running behind the boom, there are door boom chasers them that will come and start to say crap, but you already know the truth, all right? So see you guys. God bless you guys. Thank you very much. And hey, Brother Jacob, how you doing, my man? Thank you guys so much. We'll be here tomorrow morning to speak on more again, all right? So this is J. Randy. Like I said, if the CDC does something that look good, I will praise them. But at the same time, if they screw up, I will criticize them. So today, tomorrow, I may be in their corner, but that is in no way meaning that if they do wrong, I will not come and tell them yet. No, I will tell them every time, let white the Unity Party people. All right? Liberia belongs to the younger generation, and part of our responsibility is to help fight to secure a better Liberia for them. We were victim of that system. And the last thing we can do is to make sure that they don't become victims. So we can try to change the direction and the mindset of those young people that are coming after us. Because whatever we live with them, it will be something that they will be able to maintain, sustain, and will try to improve on it for the incoming generation. We must learn to pass things over to the younger generation, that we challenge their ability to maintain it because they see the good in it. All right? So God bless you guys. I'm out of here. Bye.